Hey Pokè Peeps, we're back today and I've got another team builder with brand new team. So let's see what I've got installed. Alright guys, so as you can see, featured Pokemon for this team is going to be Tapu Fini, a Pokemon that I really haven't used much in the past. I do like it, but I've just never found or felt that it works out as well as it's supposed to. In a previous video we saw this sort of strat being done, but I don't think it was executed very well, and I just wanted to do my own little spin on it and see how we can do. Basically, it's run as a physical set, and you use it in conjunction with a swagger using Pokemon. So, what item shall we give it? I like to give it an Assault Vest, just so it's got that longevity with it. Give it the Misty Surge, perfect. And then, pretty simple, Play Rough, Water, Liquidation I think it gets. No, Waterfall it is. Then we'll go with a Smart Strike. Silly that it gets it, but helps us. And then Ice Punch. And we want Speed and Physical Attack. Perfect. So, simple set, simple Pokemon, but it could turn out to be really quite effective. Okay, so now I'm thinking, what's a weakness of Tapu Fini? It's going to be Electric or Grass. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll put something in that's a little bit different. The team that we were fighting previously that used this sort of strategy used a Tornadus with Prankster. I don't think that works too well because it sort of traps you into using the strategy and using the strategy alone. Whereas if we were to use something along the lines of Thundurus, using Tornadus, you get the ability to either use it as a prankster or it might have Defiant. It's going to put people off. They might think that's the strategy, is the Thundurus. It can be the strategy if they misplay and bring something that has Intimidate or something along those lines. So yeah, I like the idea of using Tornadus Thundurus instead of the Tornadus. I think we sort of just want to give it a berry. We'll give it Defiant because I like having the ability to potentially use this as a sweeper if they make a bad play and bring an Incineroar or a Landorus or something along those lines. Then we're going to have a Swagger on there, and then the normal sort of set, Thunder, Wild Charge, and then we will go with, I think Superpower works quite well. Max Speed, Max Attack as well. So hopefully what happens, ideal situation is they bring an Intimidate user and, they don't bring an Intimidate user. We use Swagger on the Tapu Fini because of the Misty Terrain. We don't get confused, we just get the boost, and then we go from there. Tapu Fini starts to do a lot of damage, can set up Rain for itself, set up the Misty Terrain as well to prolong that. So yeah, hopefully it works out pretty well. Now we've just got to sort of format the team around that to see if there's anything else that we can add that's going to be more beneficial. Alright, so thinking about this team, I really like the idea of having an Intimidate user of our own, and I really want to use Incineroar. I think it's such a great Pokemon. It works so well. And then, yeah, give it the Intimidate. We've got a Fake Out user there. We've got Parting Shot. We get Flare Blitz. It does a ton of damage. And then we have Darkest Lariat also doing a ton of damage. Don't need any sort of incredible set. I think that will work pretty well. Just the max attack and max HP with an adamant nature. Alright, so as well, looking at this team now, there is a little bit of a ground weakness, a little bit of a water weakness, but we do have a resist and then a counter to water, so I'm not too stressed about that. I think I'm going to try and put in a Pokemon that has some speed control and can do a little bit of fun things on the less physical side. So I'm going to make it a Whimsicott. Again, I love this Pokemon so much. I think it just works so well. It's got that Prankster as well. It doesn't get Swagger, I don't believe. No, because if it did, we could have probably used that as the Tapu Fini sort of fun. Then we'd also have a Tailwind in there, but it's all good. Then we can go for, what do we want? We want the usual fake tears, tailwind, moonblast, and then we'll go with an energy ball, just in case there are any sort of ground Pokemon or water Pokemon that we need to take care of that other Pokemon Thundurus might not be able to. So like Gastrodon or something like that comes up, we've got the Whimsicott there that can deal with it. We're going to go max speed and then max special attack with a timid nature. Alright guys, so for the next Pokemon, I want to be using something that's one of my favorite Pokemon, and I haven't had a chance to use it too much. I think it'll work really well in conjunction with the rest of this team. It covers a lot of our weaknesses, the grass weakness, the fire weakness, the electric weakness, so yeah, I'm pretty keen to use this Pokemon, and it is of course our boy Nidoking. We're going to give it with the Life Orb. It's going to have the Sheer Force because that's the only way to really run it. It gets Earth Power. We will go with a Sludge Bomb. And then I think Ice Beam covers quite well there. I normally would want to be running something like a Flamethrower, but I think Protect will work really well on it. I can see people tacking it down as a bit of a threat. And we will be going for the timid nature with the max speed and max special attack. With this Pokemon, I don't really see it being a Dynamax user, purely because with the Sheer Force ability and the Life Orb, you're ending up doing about 130 base with each attack, which is most of the time what your Dynamax move attack get put up to. So there's no real benefit in using it as a Dynamax Pokemon. You're better off using another Pokemon and having two Pokemon that have around that same sort of base damage mark for their attacks. If that makes sense, I hope it does. So yeah, Nidoking, we might not be Dynamaxing it much, purely because there are more beneficial things to be Dynamaxing. Alright guys, so for the last Pokemon, I really want to take advantage of that Whimsicott and the fake tears, so I'm going to be going with one of my favorite Pokemon, Regieleki. Don't ask me why I love it so much, but it's just a phenomenal Pokemon, and every time I have it on a team, it seems to win, so I really like it, and I want to keep using it. We're going to be going with a very simple, very used set, and that is of course Protect, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and then we'll go with an Electro Ball or Electro Web, some speed control, and still does a ton of damage just because it's so strong. We're going with a natural timid nature with the plus speed and plus special attack. I really think this Pokemon covers a lot of our weaknesses that we had throughout the game, so throughout the rest of the team. That's why it's on there. I know it gets used a lot by me, but the combination of Whimsicott and Regieleki is phenomenal, and it always does well, so I really want to maintain that. Now, coming across certain teams, like the Metagross teams that have been pretty common at the moment, are a little bit stressful with this team. Definitely going to be running the Nidoking and Incineroar with the Regieleki in the background. Probably even Whimsicott in there as well. Now that's basically, although I don't think the Nidoking would be able to OHKO the Metagross, particularly if it Dynamaxes, it'd still do a ton of damage, and then the Regieleki should be able to come in, outspeed, and take it out. So yeah, that's my whole thought process there. But I can definitely see this tactic coming out against Galarian Moltres, everything like that. I think it'll do really well and it'll catch people off guard. Alrighty guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more content. If you did enjoy today's video, check out some of my others. I'm sure you'll like them just as much. Anyways, bye!